Just like that, we're in a new zip code. We're in a new place. We are firing on all cylinders this morning.
Coming to you live from Broward County. Not everybody. Shay's still in West Palm, but we're
still in West Palm. Shay, show them how I spent my morning.
Oh, where did I put it? There, I put
there we go. A little bit of sunrise in Sunrise.
Love that. You ran out to the beach?
I ran out to the beach. I actually ran on the beach, then ran back and sat out by the pool, just being serenaded by the birds. And I'm a happy dude, man. So
yeah, I'm glad to hear that. Glad to hear you're enjoying your new residence. Welcome back to Broward. And I'm urging you to get to Roar Station with me now.
Tomorrow morning, I will be at Roar Station to do legs with you.
I love it.
So it's funny you said 5:45, and I was like, it's freaking lunchtime. That don't mean nothing to me.
We used to work out with Nick at 5:30, so it's not
sure, buddy. Good. It's all good, man. I'm loving it. So lots of great stuff. We're gonna have a special guest today because, as everybody knows who follows me on social media, City Moves created a moving experience for me. I want you to hear it from the source. I want you to hear what it's all about, because a lot of people that I reached out to and told them what a great job was done, they were like, I didn't know that City Moves.
Right.
So I go, they move furniture all day long. So lots of really cool stuff happened over the weekend. Coach K coached his last regular season game, and his parting words were of particular interest to those of us that treasure family. Shay, show me Coach K.
This is our home. 42 years ago, Tom Butters, the athletic director, took a chance on me. And when he offered me the job, he said, it's not your job, it's your family's job. And he set the standard right away of saying, whatever you're doing, whatever, include your family. And we have taken that, and everyone, that's what Duke is about. And
fantastic. And did you see his comments after the game?
I did not.
So for those of you who don't know what happened, they flopped. They lost. They lost to UNC in Coach K's final game in Duke, and he impromptu grabbed the mic to the crowd because everybody was pretty distraught at the fact that he lost his final home game. And his words were, this is unacceptable, right? Like, I want to make it clear that this is unacceptable, but the season has been acceptable and the season's not over and we're not done. So, like, he did an unbelievable job of showing appreciation for the crowd, letting everybody know that that was not the outcome that he wanted, obviously, or anybody wanted, and that it wouldn't be accepted, but that this was not the last moment for him. Season's not over. It's been a great year, and they're going to go on to do more. So cool to see him just take that moment at the end and impromptu say, give me the mic. I want to address everybody after what appeared to be a letdown for them losing the game.
Real quick, technical difficulties live stream.
I see that everybody's hopping over to YouTube. So
what's going on?
StreamYard and LinkedIn don't like each other this morning.
Wow, what a bummer.
It happens.
All right.
So people should be piling in. I just posted, so people that are listening, feel free to share it to the rest of the tribe.
Not a way to adapt, adjust, and overcome, Shay.
Okay, it says that we're on LinkedIn. I mean,
Donna just came in from LinkedIn. Weird things happening.
Weird things.
Yeah. So anyway, speaking of family, because first of all, there was a couple of takeaways from me from that. The thing is, 42 years ago, somebody gave him a shot. Which that rang true to me is that, who are you giving a shot to today? who could you build confidence in, who could you lift up the mountain, throw out a hand. So do that. But most importantly, he talked about family. We got to celebrate an amazing family occasion because the heir to the throne is on his way, baby.
The newest Nudelberg to the crew is on the way. And shout out to Irma and Mom because they did a absolutely fantastic job creating a beautiful event for Gabby. And it was great to be around it and celebrate it. And we're in the home stretch. We're about a month away.
Yeah, it's an exciting time. And to your point, they did, really, really did an amazing job. So we got a busy show today. Let's get right into Huddle, the
wake up music.
The wake up music. Thank you. I'm distracted by this LinkedIn thing. Now it just went.
Let's go. Stay focused. Stay on task, man.
Let's go.
Wake up, everybody! Get up! Get up! Get up! Get up! Wake up! Come on! Come on! Wake up, everybody! Teach a new way. Maybe then they'll listen what you have to say. Wake up, everybody! No more sleeping in there. No more back to thinking. Time for thinking ahead. Come on now.
So, I wish we had more of the audience to participate, but Monday morning trivia is fantastic. Do you remember the show Gilligan?
Gilligan's Island?
Yes.
Of course I do.
Okay. So what was Gilligan's first name?
I got no idea. Johnny Gilligan.
It was Steve Schwartz. Sherwood Schwartz, who was the developer of that show, said he was happy to leave it, but when he told the cast if it should arise, his full name is Willie Gilligan.
Willie is his first name. Willie Gilligan.
Yeah,
I love that.
So let's see, just for shits and giggles, can you name the rest of the cast?
No, like Marianne.
Right.
Obviously the skipper.
Right.
How many total? I gotta get 6. How many are on the island?
Marianne, you got Skipper. You got one beautiful redhead.
Oh God.
Come on.
Ginger.
There you go. And then you had one more couple. Well, you had the professor. Just sing the song, and then the millionaire was 2 people.
I don't remember. I could see them on the island, but I don't remember their names.
Thurston Howell III.
Dr. Howell. Jeff Bishop got it. Well done.
His wife was Lovey.
Great.
So anyway, way to go, Jeff, man. So the reason why I bring this shit up is what a great way to start a conversation with somebody. Hey, you remember Gilligan's Island? Sure. What was his first name?
What's Gilligan's first name? Willie.
Willy-nilly, baby. Okay, so in more useless information, today in 1894 was the birth of cornflakes.
Do you like cornflakes?
So I happen to love cornflakes. I like cornflakes with fruit, with like blueberries or strawberries. And so I am a fan. It was developed by a doctor, Dr. John Kellogg, who basically made up the first bowl of cornflakes and gave it to patients at his mental hospital in Battle Creek, Michigan, which is the home of Kellogg's, right?
Right.
He believed that they could help improve the health of his patients as a nutritionist by using those fresh items. So it coincidentally, or not so coincidentally, is National Cereal Day. What's your favorite cereal?
Well, first of all, Kellogg's cornflakes has to be at the very bottom of the list. I think if there's one cereal that I'm going to eat forever, I'll stay in the cornflake family, but I'm going with Frosted Flakes.
Wow.
Because they're far superior to the cornflakes because of the frost. Right? Like they're great, literally.
They are great. Yeah. It's like,
right.
Give me the sugar bugs in the morning, man.
Give me the sugar bomb. Definitely going with Frosted Flakes for favorite cereal.
Gotta love it. Okay. So
are you eating cereal? Like,
What's
what
that?
are you ever going to eat cereal? Do you eat cereal? There's no way that you're a
So
cereal.
I actually do eat cereal, and there was always a box of Special K because they have all of these like unique
the
flavors.
Special K chocolate. It's
Chocolate bite, man. Let me tell you something.
That's
many a
dessert.
night-
You're not eating cereal for breakfast ever.
Many a night, that's the closer right there.
Yeah.
So anyway, lots of good stuff. As I said, I'm super excited. I want to share with our audience, share with the world how entrepreneurs build new businesses, strategic alliances, all that kind of stuff. So today's motivational music will tell you, about moving, and then boom, our friend Clint Fenn joins the party.
Let's go.
Just shoot for the stars. If it feels right, then aim for my heart. If you feel like it, take me away and make it okay. I swear I'll behave. You wanted control, so we waited. I put on a show. Now I'm naked. You say I'm a kid. My ego is big. I don't give a shit. And it goes like this. Take me by the tongue and I'll know you. Kiss me till you're drunk and I'll show you all the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I don't need to try to control you. Look into my eyes and I'll own you with them moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger. I've got the moves like Jagger.
So without further ado, let's bring on a guy that has moves like Jagger, Clint.
Welcome to the
What's up,
show,
boys?
Clint.
What's happening? How are you guys doing this morning?
Fantastic.
All right,
Just
how
another
do I
day.
follow Serial Talk and Coach K, man? You guys are setting me up for a fall here, man.
Well,
You know-
it is Special case.
I was going to say Coach K and Special K. I didn't even
Wow.
pull those two together. Well done, Clint.
Very nice. Accidental segue. I love it.
So, Clint, we know your story. We're proud to know you, proud to work with you. For the sake of our Huddle audience, tell us who Clint Fenn is, and then I want you to talk about City Moves.
Yeah, man. Happy to. I've been with the City family about 18 months now. Originally from Southern California. My wife and I moved here 3 years ago. And just consider myself extremely fortunate to have joined City Furniture. Previously, I was a chief revenue officer for a very disruptive retailer in the plumbing and appliance business, and absolutely loved my time there, and really look forward to adding more of my disruptive vision to the City family of services that we offer, in addition to the retail side of the business. I do all of the B2B and kind of the one-off businesses, the services, if you will, for City Furniture.
Excellent. So you have a background in discipline. You feel like sharing a little bit about yourself?
Sure. So I do have a military background, and those of you who see me on LinkedIn doing push-ups like a lunatic, yes, I spent some time in the Navy and failed Navy SEAL training 3 times. My body kept giving out on me, but it was dumb enough to keep trying. So try and carry over that intensity and discipline into everything I do. Mark and you and I have exchanged some barbs back and forth as far as our daily routines and our workouts. You'll see me up at 4:45 in the morning getting after it, really depending on what my son allows. But yeah, that's my background, and it comes with a certain amount of intensity, but I think discipline is the right word there, Steve.
Awesome. Mark, any questions before we jump into moving?
I mean, just gotta let people know that you're a baseball guy, right? And that you're an avid Padres fan.
I mean, look, man, you cut my veins, and Padre Blue comes out, and I was
there we go. Like,
I was
let
quite
us know
possibly
what Clint's passionate about.
Yeah, man, I was quite possibly the worst pitcher in the history of collegiate Mississippi baseball. I played baseball for a very long time, and my father played professionally. But man, I am just a long-time suffering Padres fan, and I will always be a long-time suffering Padres fan. But that is definitely one of my passions.
So how did you end up at City? Can we just kind of how did you go from the appliance world, plumbing world, to getting into the services side? How did that move happen?
Yeah, so my wife and I moved to Florida for a president of a plumbing and appliance company down here in South Florida. Never having been to Florida, never having set foot in the state. So I moved down here, absolutely fell in love with the area. We were lucky enough to find our house in Parkland. We just fell in love with the people, with the area. And then, I took a job because the company that I worked for was owned by Sears, unfortunately. So I took a job in New York City. Let's spend a year in New York City, she says. It'll be exciting, she says. And in March of 2020, we found out that my wife was pregnant and we both had COVID. This was like right at the beginning of all of this. Wow. And my immediate reaction was, let's get back to Florida as quick as we possibly can. So we started making the journey to come back, and I talked to a gentleman by the name of Andy Hill, and I was interviewing for a store director position. And Andy goes, look, you're all wrong for that. Talk to me about some other things. So Andy and I kind of created a bromance from, day one, and really just started to figure out where I could best be of use for City Furniture. And like I said, 18 months later, man, we are just now starting to hit our stride and really getting some momentum on the B2B side and on the service side. So really exciting times for me at City in particular.
So I had the pleasure of engaging in the services this weekend.
Yeah, man.
So Shay, show me the pictures, if you will. So in what is traditionally a miserable experience, there isn't anybody I know that says, oh, goody, we're moving, the bar is very low in terms of expectation. I think people sort of almost expect the worst. So I had an experience that was incredible. I really felt like it was friends and family who came to do it all. So tell us the origin of City Moves. Tell us how people can get in touch with you to talk to you about the move, because by far shocked the world. It was an amazing, moving experience.
Well, that's really kind of you to say, Stephen. Thank you. And I think that, I feel that most people feel that I do. I'd rather get a root canal than move or buy a refrigerator, right? It's just an awful experience, right? And I took what we did in my past life is buying a refrigerator doesn't have to be this awful, experience. Moving does not have to be an awful experience. And what we have at City Furniture is a care culture. And what I mean by that is if I walk by as a salesperson, I see a piece of trash on the floor, I pick it up because I care. I don't want my store to look bad, right? The Koenigs have done such an amazing job of implementing this amazing culture of this care culture. So we have these amazing techs that move furniture every day. This is all they do, right? So Andrew, in his infinite wisdom, came up and said, hey, we should have a moving company, right? We have an all-green fleet, compressed natural gas. It's the only green fleet in South Florida, right? We have this amazing group of individuals that cares about what they do. They truly want you to be happy with your experience in your move. So, hey, Clint, man, take this idea and run with it. And at City, we do, test, check, act. So I learned all about the moving business, all the regulations, everything, and just said, how do we do this better, right? And we're just now starting to market it. You can find us on the website under City Services, City Moves. You can contact me directly, clintf@cityfurniture.com. But we are really starting to hit our stride with this. We are excited for the next 12 months as we're going to ramp this up in a very, very big way.
I got the opportunity to take part in it like when it was in beta. Because I moved with you guys a year and a half ago. I mean, it was October of 2020. I think that's right. And it was one of the first experiences that you guys had, and it was phenomenal. I mean, absolutely phenomenal. And I had moved with some other moving people that are pretty well known in South Florida that the experience was nowhere near the same. So for me, it was like I had already had this negative, experience when they walked in and literally said, don't worry about it. You just direct us and we'll take care of everything else. And they're wrapping dishes in paper and building the boxes and marking them and putting in what rooms they were going to go. The organization and the service side of it was so far above and beyond what my expectation was. I can only imagine how much better it's gotten in a year and a half and how you're continuing to grow it. But I do have a question. With it being new, I think you're in a unique position to have an entrepreneurial mindset and effect on a company that's already established. What's that like, being almost like an entrepreneur of a small business inside of this large business?
Mark, I think you just hit, the reason I love my job so much on the head. I'm extremely entrepreneurial, and the Koenigs are as well. And the trust that they've put into me and the other members of the executive leadership team is, hey, I have this idea, go get it. Or, hey, Andrew, I have this amazing idea. But with City Moves, when he explained to me his vision, the question that I came up with is, if we don't cost more, if it's a great experience, if we're an all green fleet, you're not contributing to any sort of carbon footprint, why wouldn't you choose us? And the answer is you wouldn't, right? So there you go. There's the value proposition. So this is something that I'm extremely passionate about in regards to the future of this company. But the entrepreneurial part of it is the ability to do leave behind boxes, the ability to incorporate it with some of our other services, some of our apartment packages, where is if you buy an apartment package from us, we'll build in the move at the end of your 9 months or 12-month lease. There's just so many ways we can go with this to really find the sweet spot and create value for our customers, which at the end of the day is what an entrepreneur does.
I think you're lacking passion, though.
I think you brought it up in a cool way. When you're a very successful business like City is, and you branch out into another service that is traditionally known as the time bomb, you can affect the core brand. You know, these are the scary moments as an entrepreneur. Is like, yeah, we could, but should we? You know, is this something that, you know, if it turns out to be a disaster, and the proof of the pudding is every touch that somebody has with City affects all of City. So this one was a leap of faith that, why don't we do that? It makes sense to me as a consumer, makes sense to me as a marketer. Hey, you're already moving furniture, you might as well. But the teamwork that these guys, I mean, it was like they got there when they said they were going to get there. Bang, they got up. Oh, let me back up a second. The first thing was a virtual tour of the house. They had me go through with my phone, looking at everything, which was taking technology to the max. Came back with a great quote, boom, ready, showed up on time. And then it was like team leader said, go. And everybody went to a room and the boss went, the tape is ripping, the boxes are going up. It was almost like watching Formula One racing. You're like in the pit stop. You know, it was amazing.
I'll share that feedback with the team, Steve. They'll be thrilled to have the comparison with Formula One. They're all big fans. But one of the things you mentioned is, you know, the risk of associating a new company with, you know, the parent company. And Andrew would kill me if I didn't mention this, but over 200 moves, we have a 98% customer satisfaction rate, which in the moving industry is unheard of. It's unprecedented. So we're just absolutely crushing it on that perspective. We just need more people to know about it.
You know, so for me, I was scared. You guys are a valued client, and I'm going, God, if I have a shitty experience, like, what do I do, man? Can't really complain to anybody, you know? So I'm so thrilled. So people can get in touch with you directly. There is a website spot for it. Is that correct?
Yes, sir. There sure is. Just go to cityfurniture.com and scroll down below the fold, and you'll see all the services, and City Moves will show up there.
Fantastic. So for all of the realtors that are in this huddle this morning, Christy, Doris, you know, I saw you comment. That's great. Reach out to Clint directly. It's like dealing with family. I loved it. It was an amazing experience. And the only reason why I'm having Clint on the show is because I legitimately feel that way. I legitimately had a great experience. No fluff, no bullshit. They get 5 stars from me. And thank you for your time. Thank you for your energy. And you even came and visited.
Yeah. Extra special.
You're damn right I did. I wanted to see this new pad you got down there. I plan on visiting in the future as well. So
please do, man. I didn't show you the gym, man. We got a kick-ass gym. So we'll do a big workout here. So thank you for spending time with us. I think we're ready to boogie.
Thanks, gentlemen.
Nice job, huh?
Well done. That was awesome. Really great to have him on the show. And you know, what they're doing with not only the City Moves, but the rest of the services that they offer. Super cool to be involved with City and be a part of that growth of the company.
I agree.
We have a funny point to take us out on, because we're teaching the little Chanel how to do the Nudelberg point.
Oh, I should. No way. Do we have a picture of it? Yeah.
Isn't that great?
Oh, I love it. That's fantastic.
So
Thank you.
The grandmother has been hard at work at that, like, you know, doing the Nudelberg.
Well done.
So,
thank you for joining us from YouTube. Those who stayed in on LinkedIn, I don't know how you did it, but LinkedIn, get your act together. Come on,
let's go.
Get down to business.
Please don't worry about me. I'm about to let my heart speak. My friends keep telling me to leave this. So let's get down to business. Let's
get down to business. Give you one more night to get this.